Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss part 9 of chapter number 13. As you know that we were preceding the chapter number 13. Okay, in the previous class we had discussed about the mode of transport. Like we can say that there are three mode of transport, mainly three mode of transport, and they are land transport, water transport, and air transport. We had discussed in the previous class about the land transport. Land transport has three subdivisions and we had discussed about them all. Okay, and those three subdivisions are okay, roadways, railways, and pipelines. Now we are going to move on the second mode of transport, that is water transport. You know that in the ancient time we had discussed in the history, you know that in the ancient time we had only two routes. Okay, not the air route, but we had only sea route and land route. Okay, we can say that sea route or water transport has been using since ancient time. Through water transport, our traders and sailors, you know that they used to travel and they used to carry the goods in the different countries. They sell their goods to different countries. Okay, and through this water transport, our culture has been spread in different countries. And it has become glorious. Okay, now we are going to see about the water transport. Then let's see about water transport. You know that water transport has a great contribution in the development of the economy. So we have to see first of all the advantages of water transport. So let's see what are the advantages. First of all, as you know that water transport has been using since ancient time, so we can say that it can carry heavy and bulky goods. So we can say that it is the cheapest mode of transport. We can say that it is the cheapest. You have to remember, cheapest means of transport. Okay, now second, you know that in the water transport there is no construction of the road or railways or any type of we can say that way. So there is no construction of any way, so that's why it is also very easy to use. Okay, इसको यूज़ करना बहुत आसान है, कोई भी कंस्ट्रक्शन की ज़रूरत नहीं है इसके अंदर. तो वी कैन से दैट, वी कैन राइट हियर no construction of any route. किसी रूट के कंस्ट्रक्शन की ज़रूरत नहीं होती है, इसीलिए ये बहुत चीपेस्ट हो जाता है. ओके, इट इज़ नॉट एक्सपेंसिव. ओके, नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू सी व्हाट अबाउट थर्ड. ओके, first of all, you know that in the land transport we can use different type of fuel and like petrol and this type of, but this is favorable environmentally. We can say that it is eco-friendly. It is the eco-friendly, it is favorable to the environment. So we can write here, okay, it is eco-friendly transport. You have to make your own sentence also. Okay, we can say that it is favorable to the environment. As the time has been passes, you know that different type of mechanical ships has been using, okay, are using in present time. We can say that through the help of technology, okay, heavy and bulky goods can be carried from one place to another through water transport. Water transport के से एक जगह से दूसरे जगह पे heavy goods ले जाया जा सकता है. तो we can write here, it can carry heavy and bulky goods from one place to another place. So these are different advantages of transport. Which transport? Water transport. So you have to remember these water transport के जो भी है, ठीक है, and we can write also. It is very helpful in the development of economy. Okay, so you can learn these 5 advantages. Cheapest means of transport, you have to remember, cheapest means no construction, there is no need of construction of any route. It is eco-friendly, it means there is no harm to the environment through water transport. Next, it can carry heavy and bulky goods, okay, and it is very helpful in the development of economy. Now we are going to see that what is the network. How much long waterway is present in India? So we can write here, in India, okay, in India 14,500 kilometer long waterway is present. Long waterway is present. Okay, I hope that you all understand this. Okay, I repeat it. Next, waterway, long waterway, 14,500 kilometer long waterway. Now you will see that these waterway are these waterway are included in river, different bays, okay, stagnant water, stagnant का मतलब होता है स्थिर, okay, stagnant water, lakes, okay, etc. These waterway are included in different rivers, waterways, stagnant water, lakes, etc. Okay, and what happened? How much goods can be carried through these waterway? We can say that 160 lakh ton. Okay, goods can be carried every year through this waterway, water transport. And how much long waterway can be used to carry these goods? Okay, how much long waterway? 5,685 kilometer. We can say that not the whole, the entire waterway can be used, but in India 5,685 kilometer long waterway is used for mechanical ships. Okay, now you know that there are so many rivers, large rivers like Ganga, Brahmaputra, then Mahanadi, okay, then we can say that Krishna river, so many long rivers, so many large rivers are there, okay, and these are used for the internal waterways, okay, and through this, okay, some waterways are declared as national waterways. As you know that in the previous class you had discussed, you had seen that you had read about the national highway, then we can say here that national waterways are also declared, okay, by government. Let's see, different national waterways are there, we will discuss about them, okay. national waterways, there are nearly 10 national waterways are there, but major, but we will read about 5 national waterways. Now we are going to see first national waterway number 1. Okay, national waterway 1. Okay, how much it is long? Okay, let's see. 1620 kilometer long. It is 1620 kilometer long, and it is between, it is Ganga waterway, it is in Ganga waterway, and it is between Haldia, okay, Haldia and Allahabad. Haldia, West Bengal. Okay, it is number 1. Now you will see national waterway number 2. It is 89 kilometer long. It is 89 kilometer long, okay, from Brahmaputra waterway. It is Brahmaputra waterway, okay, and it is from Sadia to Dhubri. It is from Sadia to Dhubri in Assam. Okay. Now we are going to see about the third national waterway. Third national waterway is a canal. It is a canal, and it is 205 kilometer long canal. 205 kilometer long canal, okay, and it is from Katpuram to Kotam in Kerala. Okay, Katpuram to Kotam in Kolam, sorry, not Kotam, Kolam in Kerala. Okay, west coast of Kerala. From Udyog Mandal to Chandra Prakash. Okay, and next national waterway number 4. National waterway number 4. It is 1100 kilometer long. 1100 kilometer long waterway. Okay, it is from Kakinada to Bharkanan. It is in Andhra Pradesh. Bharkanan. And next is 5, that is national waterway number 5. Okay, it is 588 kilometer long. It is in the east coastal side. Okay, in the eastern coastal, okay, in the side of eastern coastal, and there are different rivers which create these national waterway number 5. Okay, then we can write here Matai river, Brahmani river, then delta channel, etc. Delta channel. Okay, okay, 588 kilometer long waterway created by Matai river, Brahmani river, delta channel in the eastern coast. In the eastern coast. Okay, now see, these are different waterway. First, 1620 kilometer long Ganga waterway between Haldia and Allahabad. National waterway number 289 kilometer long waterway in Brahmaputra waterway, Sadia and Dhuvri. National waterway number 3 in 205 kilometer long canal from Kattapuram to Kollam in west coast of Kerala from Udyog Mandal to Chandraprakash. National waterway number 4, 1100 kilometer long from Kakinada to Bharkanan, okay, Andhra Pradesh. And national waterway number 5, 588 kilometer long waterway, Matai river, created by Matai river, Brahmani river, delta channel in the eastern coast. Okay, so we can say that these are different. There are so many waterways are also there, but these are the major waterway. As you know that in the some places we can say that in the some region there is the shortage of water. So we can say that there is not possibility of the water transport. So this is the water transport. I hope you all understand this. Thank you.